Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, concussion. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about hard punching right here. So hard punching can lead to some concussion. Now, we got the biggest fight of the year coming up with your boy Terence Crawford versus Errol the Truth Spence. Now we're gonna be talking about it going up, going towards the fight, And before we was talking about it for a while, and then you had two different parties. The guys that are for Terence Crawford and the guys that are from Errol Spence, and it's like Crips and Bloods up in this mom. You know what I mean? And just people kind of like, you're for this guy no matter what, right? And so what was funny, I just seen a video from a guy, one of my favorite uploaders, one of them. But I know when it comes to Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, he's just on one side, right? It is funny because he did a video talking about what Kell Brook said. And the video was like, Kell Brook says that, Errol Spence punches harder than Terence Crawford, right? Shoot, whatever. Because Kell Brook been in there with both of them. So we gonna what Kell Brook say goes. I've been hit by both of them. I've been stopped by both of them. So Errol Spence punches harder than Terence Crawford. So, in the video, you got to, that's what he said, basically. So I was, I said, listen, let me go ahead and watch the whole video just to see if he's going to mention what I think he should mention. And he didn't. And it's funny because it reminded me of one of my videos I did about Terence Crawford. I said, it's nuts how many people are picking Terence Crawford over Errol Spence. And I noticed that people, get on their writing and stuff before they even listen to the video. They arguing at the thumbnail or the title. You know what I'm saying? They argue without even listening to the video. Because what I meant by nuts that a lot of people are picking Terence Crawford over Errol Spence is because, damn, he's smaller. That's nuts that the smaller guy is a betting favorite right now, and more people are picking him. That's just showing you how awesome Terence Crawford is. So it's actually a Bud Buddy type of video, but I was getting attacked or, by people that are Terence Crawford fans because they just thought the title was, for something. So that's why I said, when the title is basically Kell Brook says that, Errol Spence punches harder than Terence Crawford. So I'm thinking, yeah, shoot, that's what he said. But I'm going to say, okay, but do you know who he says is going to win the fight? So we're not going to mention that in the same damn video. We're not going to mention that, yeah, Errol Spence punches harder, but Terence Crawford going to win the damn fight, right? So we care about what the guy who fought both of them says, right? So the one who fought both of them, Kell Brook, is the same guy who says Errol Spence punches harder, is the same guy who says, but Terence Crawford going to win the damn fight, okay? I think that's similar to Sean Porter, who fought them both too. I think he got Terence Crawford too. But anyway, it ain't the point about what. It's just the point that, we kind of know, that sounds like a payroll type of dude to me. Because you're going to do a video and just say, what said, some of the stuff he said, yeah, Errol Spence punches harder. No, whatever. But that don't mean he going to win. That's what Kell Brook says. Kell Brook has Terence Crawford winning the fight. Now, some other things you're hearing about Terence Crawford, I heard Jamel Charlo talking about Terence Crawford's resume, right? And we talk about Terence Crawford's resume. Whatever his resume is, they put him the #1 pound for pound. As a black guy. Black guys don't get accidentally put on the pound for pound. Black guys don't get elevated to get on the pound for pound if they don't deserve it. Okay, that's just not the way it is. There ain't no damn Roman Gonzalez's and Golovkins and all that, right? You deserve it, right? So when you're talking about becoming undisputed and you're still talking about people's resume, you talking about becoming 3-division world champion, you still talking about people's resume, right? I cleaned out 135 pounds. I beat everybody at 140, right? There's nobody at 140 or 135 who I didn't fight and I wasn't trying to fight. I beat up everybody. At 147, this is this resume stuff. Let me just show you this. At 147, you talking Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn just beat Pacquiao. Bigger than him. Everybody ain't beating Jeff Horn, not like that. You talking about Jose Benavidez. Undefeated. Everybody ain't beating Jose Benavidez. Not like that. You talking about Igelgas Kavalikis, right? Kavalikis, like undefeated. Everybody ain't beat Kavalikis like that, right? Kell Brook, the one who keep talking about all of a sudden Kell Brook was nothing when he fought him. I guarantee you go back to people's videos before that fight. Kell Brook had said he was in the best shape of his life, right? He wasn't cutting weight so hard like he had done when he had went up and fought Errol Spence. Because let's remember, when he fought Errol Spence, he just came down from getting beat up by Golovkin and getting his eye socket broke, going to 160. He had to go all the way back down to 147 with a fractured skull and got the other eye socket broke by Errol Spence. So it's not really, you know, I ain't trying to compare him. It's still Kell Brook. Because if he was so bad, he beat the hell out of Amir Khan after that, didn't he? Beat the hell out of Amir Khan, put some distance between himself and Amir Khan. So it ain't easy to knock him out in round 3 or round 4 like Terence Crawford did, right? And everybody else in the welterweight division, Sean Porter, we kept acting like Sean Porter, all of a sudden he ain't motivated to fight. Sean Porter ain't getting in the damn ring unmotivated to fight. Well, since when is that? Right? And Errol Spence and Sean Porter is a fight that needed to get readdressed. But no one ever says it. Let's be real. That was a real close fight. Since we talking about close fights and robberies and all that stuff, a close fight should be readdressed. Errol Spence ain't had to readdress your boy, Sean Porter. So I'm just saying, we keep talking about he ain't this resume for Terence Crawford. Let's make sure this is clear. Whatever the resume is, whoever they put in front of me got beat up. Kavalikis, I don't know if Usyk is better than that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who beats Jeff Horn after he just beat Manny Pacquiao. I'm not sure. We're just saying stuff. Like everybody, who's going to beat him, right? Who's going to beat him? Danny Garcia would have been a good fight with Jeff Horn. Who else? You know what I'm saying? What else? Ugas, right? You see what I'm saying? So I'm not sure. And here's another thing about resume. Everybody knows the Manny Pacquiao is supposed to be real awesome, an 8-division world champion, which I'm telling you is about 6th division, but whatever. 8-division world champion, the guy who they thought was going to beat Floyd Mayweather, the number 2 best fighter of all time, some people would tell it. Punches and bunches, good big old calves, good speed, and all that good stuff, right? But at 140 pounds or 147 pounds, they were scared to fight Terence Crawford for years. Bob Arum said, we're scared of Manny Pacquiao's well-being when it comes to Terence Crawford. I can't do him like that. Freddie Roach said, nope, not no damn Terence Crawford, because that's a young Floyd Mayweather. We're not putting him in against that because he can get hurt. Those same people that think he can get hurt against Terence Crawford, that wouldn't let him fight against Terence Crawford so his profile can get risen, said we can beat Errol Spence. He's too slow. You see what I'm saying? So those are feathers in your cap. Just because we didn't fight him is because they were keeping Pacquiao away from Terence Crawford. They don't keep Pacquiao away from anybody else on the planet except for Terence Crawford. And this is about 7 years of we ain't letting them fight Terence Crawford. Anybody else. That's a feather in your cap. You can ignore that, but if you're black, you shouldn't, because that's what they do to most black fighters. Demetrius Andrade still ain't got nobody on his resume, but I'm trying to fight the guy that's the best middleweight in the last 25 years. And Johnny Golovkin, I'm trying to fight the face of boxing. And Canelo Alvarez, the number 1 pound for pound, I'm trying to fight them. I'm running them. They running from me, but I don't get that a feather in my cap. Even though I can offer them the most money, I can offer them a belt, right? But other people, so what do I bring to the table is way more than a Yildirim and all them other ones. See what I'm saying? But that's what they keep doing. So don't fall under the same trap. Terence Crawford's resume is that of who was standing in front of him. And here's another thing. There's distance in every damn fight. So we don't have to worry about what his resume was because there ain't no distance. Did any fights Terence Crawford got to readdress? There you go. So yes, Errol Spence punches harder than Terence Crawford. But Kell Brook still says Terence Crawford gonna win. Make sure you might want to put that in the videos if you're gonna put the title up. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.